Rob McCool here. As you know, Rob McCool is no longer a fifth grade teacher, and for the longest time, Rob McCool thought he was truly enjoying his time as a teacher. However, since he's left the classroom, he's beginning to wonder why. What Rob McCool liked most about his job as a teacher was being in his classroom with his students, teaching the curriculum. However, in recent years, that became increasingly challenging for a number of reasons. And although it may seem trivial, one of the greatest aggravations to teachers is the phone ringing. And if it were for an important reason, that would be different. And now, wonderful students, I am about to tell you exactly how you add two fractions with unlike denominators. This is really, really hard, so pay very close attention. Okay, study the example that I have on the board while I take this phone call. Hello, Mrs. Ellison. How are things at the front desk? Yes, Fred Forgetful's mom delivered his lunch to the office, and she wanted to make sure he gets it right away so he doesn't worry about it. Well, I'm about to explain how to add two fractions with unlike denominators, so I'm going to keep Fred in class for right now, but I will send him down on the way to recess. Well, okay. Thank you. Let's see, where were we? Oh, we were adding fractions with unlike denominators. Now pay very close attention to this, because if you don't listen right now, it's going to be extremely confusing. Yes, when you add two fractions with unlike denominators, you must first... Okay, keep studying the examples on the board. I need to take this. Hello, Mrs. Ellison. What can I do for you? Yes, Cindy Limpsalot's mom delivered her toe straighteners, and she wants you to make sure she puts those on right now so that her toes don't get even more snarled. Well, we're in the process, like I said before, of adding fractions with unlike denominators. I'll make sure Cindy puts those on at recess. Thank you. Thank you. I think you get the idea. And whenever students are distracted, it is very, very hard to get their attention again. This is when behaviors occur. And behaviors was the topic of conversation when the fifth grade team met with Judy Hickenlooper in her office. And said meeting was attended by the members of the fifth grade team: Carlotta Rivera, Sadie Tudor, Josie Sire, and Hilda Stoolpigeon, who had to zoom into the meeting because she stayed home sick. And of course, Rob McCool attended the meeting as well. And this meeting was arranged by Sadie Tudor, Josie Sire, and Hilda Stoolpigeon because of student behaviors in their classrooms. Keep in mind that only 3 of the 5 fifth grade teachers requested this meeting. Carlotta Rivera and Rob McCool did not. Why do you suppose that is? One of the main problems at Freedom Maples Elementary School is that all consequences have been eliminated. Rob McCool didn't believe in that, so Rob McCool, being Rob McCool, tried to fly under the radar whenever possible to hold his students accountable. And one of the reasons why Rob McCool's students behaved well is because there were consequences in his classroom. Rob McCool would take 5 minutes of recess from misbehaving students to talk to those students outside, and that seemed to work. Granted, district policy states that every student should get his or her full recess every day. But in Rob McCool's mind, if a child is misbehaving in class, playing around, then that child is already having his or her recess and should make up for the lost time when everyone else is having recess outside. Doesn't that sound logical to you? Well, it did not seem logical to Judy Hickenlooper, and you may recall that on April 19, 2024, Rob McCool was wrested from the cafeteria where he was about to dismiss his students to head back to class. And you may recall that she talked to Rob about not handing out the Take Your Child to Work Day forms. Well, she also had something else to talk to Rob about on that day. Rob, on Wednesday, one of your students was distraught because she was afraid to be late back from clubs because she said you would take 5 minutes of recess from her. Remember, according to district policy, you cannot take recess time away from students. Yes, Judy, I am aware of the district policy, but remember we also used to have a policy here at Freedom Maples where we said students work before they play, and if they're playing around in class, not focusing, then the natural consequence would be for them to make up for that time at recess. What happened to that? Rob, you know that with conscious discipline, we no longer take recess away from students, and you've been told this many times. Rob is thinking, yes, but Judy, at least my students know what the expectations are, and there are consequences for inappropriate actions. However, such is not the case in 3 of the 5th grade classrooms, hence the meeting that we are having with Judy Hickenlooper. Josie Sire speaks first and asks Judy Hickenlooper if it's possible for special events to be taken away from students. For example, the 5th grade picnic, which we have every year. And Rob already knows what Judy Hickenlooper's answer to that question is going to be. Oh, no. We tried that once. It didn't work. No, we cannot take away anything from students. They need to have every single special event. They need to have recess. We can take no special privileges away from students. Nevertheless, Judy Hickenlooper offered no alternatives to taking away special events or recess, causing the 5th grade team to lose much respect for their fearless leader. And meanwhile, back in May of 2009, there is trouble brewing over a plan proposed by Spanish teacher Serena Peresosa. Senorita Peresosa is talking to Rob's class in her last regular session of the school year. She is telling them about something she has planned. Hola, guys. Oh, wait a minute. We haven't studied what hola means yet. Hola means hello. Yeah, I have planned a special 2-hour movie for the last Wednesday of the school year. Isn't that exciting? Rob McCool's students may be excited, but he is not. This is the first he's heard of this, and he already has all kinds of great plans for that last Wednesday of the school year. And in April of 2024, the 5th grade team continues to meet with Judy Hickenlooper with even more disappointing results. For all of the details, be sure to tune in the next riveting edition of Rob McCool's Guide to Freedom. And what's the latest on Rob McCool's mom as she continues to recover from her latest fall at Subtractington Place? Yes, for all of those details, be sure you tune in the next edition.